Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry, and I showed the clouds how to cover of a clear blue sky, and the tears that cried for that woman, we're gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it tore me up every time I heard her drawl, southern drawl. Then I heard my dream went back downstream, cavorting in Davenport, and I followed you, big river, when you called. All right, let me hear you now. Hey! Took me to St. Louis, later on down the river. A freighter said she'd been here, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. I found the trail in Memphis, but she just walked up the bluff, raised a few eyebrows and went on down the lawn. Now won't you bat it down by Baton Rouge, River Queen, roll it on. Take that woman on down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough, dump my blues down in the Gulf. She loves you, big river, more than me. Yeah, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, 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 and I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky, and the tears that cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Thank you. Good evening and welcome again to Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight my guests are Bellenden Somerville, Merle Haggard, Mary Lee Rush, and Dossie Smith. So stay with us. We'll all be back in just a minute, including yours truly, Johnny Cash, and the Tennessee Three. Thank you very much. You know, it's not very often that a superstar comes along in country music. Well, our next guest is one of that rare breeds. I'd like for you to meet a friend of mine who has made it mighty big in this country music business, and our paths have crossed in many places. Some of them you wouldn't believe. Some of them maybe you would believe them. Here is Merle Haggard.
Down every road, there's always one more city. Highway is my home. I raised a lot of cane back in my younger days, while Mama used to pray my crops would fail. Now I'm a hunted fugitive with just 2 ways: outrun the law or spend my life in jail. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm lonely, but I can't afford the luxury of having one I love to come along. She'd only slow me down, they'd catch up with me. For he who travels fastest goes alone. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ready? Thank you. Thank you kindly. I got a bed of flowers, Lord, I got a bucket of love. I got a bed of flowers, Lord, I got a bucket of love. I ain't got no blues, got chickens in my backyard. I got corn in my crib, cotton growing in my patch. I got corn in my crib, cotton growing in my patch. I got that old hen sitting, waiting for that old hen to hatch. The yodeling-o, hard time. I'm gonna hitch up a mule, take a hold to my line. I'm gonna hitch up a mule, take a hold to my line. Lord, I can't be bothered with all these old hard times. Go ahead and pick one. Well, I can make more money with my picket plow. I can make more money with my picket plow. With my one-eyed mule and my good old Jersey cow. The yodeling-o, hard time blues. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Glad to have you, Merle.
Nice to be here.
I love you, man.
Thank you.
Merle Haggard, have a seat. You sure sing great, man. It's sure good to have you on the show.
Well, thank you very much. Really.
You know, you do a great job with those Jimmy Rogers songs. It's a beautiful album
Well,
you've got out.
I guess Jimmy's about the daddy of them all, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess he is. But you do a great job. It's kind of like hearing Jimmy again, hearing you sing those Jimmy Rogers songs. You do a great job.
Talking about prison songs and that type of thing, John, there's one thing comes to my mind. That's Folsom Prison, the San Quentin album.
Well, thank you, Merle. I've done several shows at Folsom and San Quentin Prison, and I really did enjoy it. Enjoyed doing that.
I'll tell you something that actually did happen in San Quentin. The warden led a prisoner down the hallway to his cell. I stood up to say goodbye, I called rest. And I heard him tell the warden just before he reached my cell, let my guitar playing friend do my request. Won't you sing me back home the song I used to hear? Make my old memories come alive. Take me away
I recall last Sunday morning, a choir from off the street came in to sing a few old gospel songs. And I heard him tell the singers, there's a song my mama sang. Could I hear it once before you move along? Won't you sing me back home a song I used to hear? Make my old memories come alive. Take me away, turn back the years. Sing me back home before I die. Sing me back home before I die. Here is the prettiest, sweetest apple the state of Washington ever produced, Miss Mary Lee Rush.
Everyday living days ought to be everyday loving days. Ought to be thinking about something nice to say that'll make every loving day worth living. Every day's a groovy day. Every day's a making love to me day. You make love to me in such a groovy way. You make every loving day worth living. Lay on me gently, but just enough to blow my mind. Take your satin fingers and walk them up and down my spine, yeah. Everyday loving days ought to be everyday living days. Ought to be thinking about something nice to say that'll make every loving day worth living. Hey! Hey! Every day! Here's a groovy day. Every day's a making love to me day. Hey! 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 You make love to me in such a way. You make every loving day worth living. Hey! Yeah, every day! Oh, it's a groovy day, baby, with you. Da, 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 oh,
Come along and ride this train. Come along and ride this train. Across the mountains, prairies, reservations, rivers, levees, plains. Come along and ride this train. Ride this train. Ride this train with me to Fort Ice, Arkansas. And let's ride it back in time to the early 30s. You see those little glowing fires over there? That's the hobo jungle. Hobos gather here to catch a freight train down some lonesome railroad line in search of a job. It's a hard life for a man sitting out there waiting for that freight. To ease the pain of waiting, he often sits and holds his tin cup of coffee, and like a gypsy with her crystal ball, gazes into the embers of the fire and thinks back when the only thing he had in the world was pretty good, even though it was just a wrinkled, crinkled, wadded dollar bill. All that I've got between me and Pauper's Hill is a wrinkled, crinkled, wadded dollar bill. I've got a mess of blues on my mind, and at least 1,000,000 miles behind me. And all that I've got between me and Pauper's Hill is a wrinkled, crinkled, wadded dollar bill. It sure smells good at the bakery, and I stand and let the smell flood over me. They sell those day-old cakes mighty cheaply. I could eat my fill with the wrinkled, crinkled, wadded dollar bill. Oh, I'm not bound, and I never will be to a wrinkled, crinkled, wadded dollar bill. Well, just about the time I was born, my daddy was riding a freight train, catching it at Fordyce and riding down to Memphis or other points where he might get a job cutting cordwood for 35 cents or maybe 50 cents a day. But any job that he found, he was thankful for. It was hard work, but it was honest. And it earned money to send back home to us kids. My daddy was one of hundreds of thousands of men that led this kind of life during the bitter, hungry years of the Depression. He wasn't a bum, and he didn't know anybody that was. They all had to work, and if you didn't work, you didn't make it. Sometimes the pickings were mighty lean, and at times were almost unbearable. Some fell by the wayside along the tracks and in the yard. Some were beaten by the elements, beaten by the rain, the cold, and some just gave up out of desperation. My daddy rode the top of a freight car into Memphis one cold, wet January night, and he had to be pulled from the bars where he lay nearly frozen. You know, this wasn't uncommon, and a lot of men weren't quite as lucky as my dad, and they took their last ride into eternity on some snowbound freight train. Riding on an eastbound freight train, speeding through the night, Hobo Bill, the railroad bum, was fighting for his life. The sadness of his eyes revealed the torture of his soul. He raised a weak and weary hand to brush away the cold. Outside the rain was falling on that lonesome boxcar door, but the little form of Hobo Bill lay still up on the floor, while the train sped through the darkness and the raging storm outside. Nobody knew that Hobo Bill was taking his last ride. It was early in the morning when they raised the hobo's head. A smile still lingered on his face, but Hobo Bill was dead. There was no mother's longing to soothe his weary soul, for he was just a railroad bum who died out in the cold. Accepted his way of life, even if a lot of the good times were bad, and he knew how to make the best of his role. He lived on that one dream of catching one more fast freight that'd roll him on down the line where the grass could be a little greener. One more ride, one more ride. I long for a trip, I don't need no grip, I'm taking one more ride. Way out there in the prairie air, I guess it's in my hide. For the clickety-clack of the railroad track is calling. If a man could know where the Santa Fe goes when she gets under steam, and the big loud bell at Vaughn's farewell could hear her whistle scream, he's bound to go where there ain't no snow a-falling. One more ride. One more ride. Thank you. Thank you very much. Like a lot of us, this next fellow you're going to meet has been around for a long time, waiting and hoping for that big break, and he deserved it. And when it did happen to him, with a big record called Son of Hickory Hollow's Tramp, you knew that he was here to stay, especially when you heard that long string of hits that came after. Meet the great O.C. Smith.
Sitting in the morning sun, and I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I had nothing to live for. Looks like nothing's gonna come my way. That's why I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, and I'm wasting time. People want me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here, resting my bones, this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Though I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, well, I'm watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, I'm wasting time. Me and all my friends, we just watch all the ships, you know, in and out again. Just sit there and watch all the ships, they rolling in and out again. Doing nothing, wasting our time.
Great job. Have a seat, please. And welcome to my house.
Hey, thank you very
Glad
much.
to have you with us.
It's a pleasure being here.
Sure sing good, man.
Thank you very much.
You're from Louisiana, right?
Right, I was born in Mansfield, Louisiana.
Yeah, well, that made us almost neighbors.
That's right. If I remember, you're from Arkansas.
That's right. I was down near the Louisiana line, and they tell me I read on the back of one of your albums, I believe, that for a little while down in Mansfield, you kind of had a hard time getting your grits.
I did actually, but it wasn't that hard. I think in the beginning, my mother and father sort of spread a story around that while we were getting to our grits, they were burning the kitchen table down with a little firewood, you know.
I know what you mean.
Or something like that.
Well, don't see what is the real story.
The real story, Johnny, is this. Listen. When I was 17, it was a very good year. A very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights. And we'd hide from the light on the village green.
Yeah, or down by the river.
Yeah. When I was 17, listen, when you were 17.
Well, let's see. When I was 17, I had an old slouch hat.
Is that right?
I had my roll on my shoulder. I was free as the breeze, and I did as I pleased.
Doing what?
Just a bumming around. Had a million friends.
I know.
Didn't feel any older. I had nothing to lose, not even the blues. Just a bumming around.
When I was 21, oh, it was a very good year.
Oh, it was good back then, huh?
It was a very good year. The city girls who lived up the stairs, they had perfume in their hair.
Ooh, yeah.
And you know it came undone. That was when I was 21.
At 21, let me see. That's easy. Gonna have fun tonight. Gonna get right tonight. Everything will be alright. 'Cause tonight is Saturday night. Well, I've been working hard the whole week long. I'm gonna have some wine, women, and song. I work next week, but that's alright. I got $5 and it's Saturday night.
When I was 35, it was a very good year.
Yes, it still is.
It was a very good year. Oh, for blue-blooded girls of independent means. Yeah, we'd ride in limousine. You know they had their chauffeurs and they'd drive.
The chauffeurs are driving.
I was 35.
I start getting restless whenever I hear the whistle of the train. I pray for the day I can get underway and look for those castles in Spain. They call me a dreamer. Well, maybe I am, among other things.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm longing to see those faraway places with a strange sounding name. Calling me.
Days are short. I'm in the autumn of the year.
But it's still good.
And I think of my life as vintage wine from fine old kegs. From the brim to the drill. Poured sweet and clear. Oh, it was a very good year. about you, old man?
I had an old slouch hat.
Yeah, you did.
I had my roll on my shoulder. I was as free as a breeze, and I do as I please. Just a bumming around. No more. But there's still good years.
Good years.
Folks, meet Bruce Belland and David Somerville. Hey, fellas, you were saying that both of you used to sing in pop groups, is that right?
That's right.
Yes. And then you got together and you formed a team, right, David?
Right.
Bruce?
Right, sure did.
Well, David, you've been working together for about 6 months now, and how are things working out?
I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way.
Belland and Somerville.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great, great pleasure for Belland and Somerville to be on the Johnny Cash Show.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here on his show. I've been a big fan of his ever since his first hit of El Paso. I love that. Love that.
Marty Robbins, I Walk the Line.
Ooh.
How High's the Watermelon?
Oh, I love him.
The one on the left.
All those records.
Since
I have all those
1955.
records. He's had hit after hit after hit through the 50s and
Right.
60s.
Say, David, speaking about the 50s and 60s and hit records,
Yes.
let's stroll down memory lane, musically speaking, and recall some of the great old rock and roll hits of those years as we do our wonderful oldies but moldies.
Remember the Dominoes. If your old man ain't treating you right, come up and see old Dan. Yeah. I rock and roll them all night long. I'm 16 man. Oh, yeah. Down, 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 doobie doobie, down, 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 doobie doobie, down, 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 down. Oh,
Don't stop in the middle of my bar.
apologies. Dick Clark still has a show, you know.
Sure he does, yeah.
And the Platters were on about 2 months.
Platters, only you.
No. They did My Prayer.
Oh, your prayer. I love that.
Do some of that. Do some of
My prayer
that. Good.
is to linger with you.
I had no idea it was this good.
At the end of the day, that you'll always be there. At the end of my
I'm saving you, man. You got big stuff
I
later.
get gas.
Yeah. That's him on his knees. I know that's him. 7 come 11 down in the boys' gym. Charlie Brown. Well, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown. That Charlie Brown. But he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see. Why is everybody always? Why are you moving your lips? I'm doing a low sound on that. Okay, pick a favorite. What do you like?
Monotones, a book of love.
Oh, I wonder who, be-doo-be-who, who wrote the book of love.
Remember the choreography?
Yeah.
Chapter 1 says you love her, and love her with all your heart. Chapter 2, remember, you never, ever, 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 ever had part. Chapter 3, remember, the meaning of romance. Chapter 4, you break up, but you give it just one more chance.
Oh, I wonder who, be-doo-be-who. You're doing impressions of the records, and here you're sticking in that garbage. What is that?
That was soul.
Hey, speaking of soul,
Yeah.
you want to pay tribute to the soul man from the 50s?
Soul man of the 50s, yeah. Oh, Ray Charles.
No.
Soul man of the 50s. Oh, James Brown.
Think.
James Think.
No.
Soul singers. Oh, of course. Pat Boone.
Boom, bam, boom, tutti frutti, already, tutti frutti, already, tutti frutti, already, tutti frutti,
Stop it, Pat. Will come after us. Speaking of hit records of the 50s and 60s and good-looking guys like Pat Boone, I got to tell you something about my partner here. Johnny mentioned that we both sang in pop groups in those years.
He sang in a group called the Diamonds.
I remember that.
That had 11 straight hit. Thank you very much. 11 straight hit records in the 50s and 60s. We're going to sing a little bit of their biggest hit. It was a contemporary classic. How many did it sell?
3.5 million.
3.5 million.
There's a part for you. We go la 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 la.
Can I do that?
Okay, yeah.
Not yet. Oh, well, I'll tell you when. Well, that my lover. Now.
I missed it, didn't I?
You sure did. While I was singing lead in the Diamonds, Bruce was singing lead in the Four Preps. Do you remember? They had, and he wrote, as a matter of fact, 26 miles across the sea. Remember that? Yeah.
Let's sing our next record, okay?
Shy girl, the swing of the wisp. Smile your sunny smile my way. Shy girl, if only you knew all the things I wanted to say. My heart sighs every time that you are near me. Can't you hear me trying to say? Shy girl out on this old world, if the shy girl would be my girl someday.
Country boy ain't got no shoes. Country boy ain't got no blues. Well, you work all day while you want to play in the sun and the sand with a face of tan. At the end of the day when your work is done, you ain't got nothing but fun. Country boy ain't got no ill. Country boy don't owe no bill. You get a wiggly worm and then you watch him squirm while you put him on a hook and then you drop him in the brook. And if everything turns out right, gonna fry fish tonight. Country boy, you got a lot to lose. Country boy, I wish I was in your shoes. Hey, Tennessee Free! Hey, let's get it now. What do you say? Yeah, all right. Country boy, you got work to do. Country boy, in the morning dew. You gotta plant the seed, you gotta cut the weeds. There's many a row, you know you gotta hoe. But when it's quitting time and your work is through, there's a lot of life in you. Country boy, you got a lot to lose. Country boy, how I wish I was in your shoes. Yeah! When I'm all through, if I haven't been what they think I should be, and if my total isn't high enough when they figure me, when I grow old, if there's no gray from worry in my hair, what I care, what I care, what I care, just as long as you were mine. A little while when the road was long and weary, You gave me a few good miles, but I care if I miss a goal. Because I make a slip, I'll still be satisfied. 'Cause I tasted your sweet lips. But I care if I never have much money. And sometimes my table looks a little bare. Anything that I may miss is made up for each time we kiss. You were mine a little while, so what I care. What I care. Thank you very much. Right now, thank you. Right now I want to bring out a buddy of mine that has got more of the rhythm in his soul. Well, almost as much rhythm as he has goodness in his soul. My buddy, Mr. Carl Perkins. What do you think? Hey, Carl.
Well, I walked up to a window, I said, give me a ticket, please. He said, where to, mister? I said, that's all right with me, I'm just restless. I need to get on out of town, I gotta go right now. Take me where the living's easy, baby, that's where I'll be found. All right. I said, honey, tell that driver, put his big foot in that gas. Run this Greyhound just as long as it will last, 'cause I'm just restless. I need to get on out of town, I gotta go right now. Take me where the living's easy, baby, that's where I'll be found. All right, children. Take this big rig down the road. Drop this old barn off any place he wants to go, but I'm just restless. I gotta get on out of town. I gotta go right now. And take me where the living's easy. Maybe that's where I'll be found. I wanna play this guitar one more time. Nothing but the clothes on my back and my big guitar, 'cause I'm just restless. I need to get on out of town. I gotta go right now. Honey, take me where the living's easy. That's where this country boy will be found. All right, let's go home now. Here we go.
June Carter. Hey, June. And right now, here's a song that Carl wrote for June and I. Well, I'm gonna start out walking, just you wait and see.
Guitar picker, you ain't leaving without me.
Oh, you big mouth woman.
You know
But we can work this out, Yes, ma'am, I think we can. I stole the Hope diamond, hoping that would shut your mouth.
But how am I gonna wear it if I've got to hide it out?
Oh, you big mouth woman.
You know
You
me,
be all I ever saw. But we can work this out, Yes, ma'am, I think we can. Hey, Carl! Yeah! I gave you a big long limousine.
but I own no car. I
ma'am, I think we can. I gave you a first-class ticket on a luxury liner cruise.
I got out in that ocean, looked around there.
Oh, you big-mouthed woman.
You long-legged glove.
Lovely Texas. Yes, ma'am, I think we can. Oh, honey, I love that big sweet
You
mouth.
a nice good-looking man.
Yeah,
You're
I'm a good old boy. I'm a good old boy. Remembered here lately, and it is a good lesson. Just a little thing, but it's kind of important. My mama used to loan a neighbor a cup of flour. Didn't expect a cup and a half in return, just a cup. You know, that's what I call giving something and not expecting payment in return. Well, we've got a whole lot of trouble in the big world going on, and we can all do something. Walk with your neighbor and talk with your neighbor and smile, and lend him a hand, and we can.
We read in the newspapers how the good world's going down.
That's right.
Yeah, we can make things.
Walk with your neighbor and talk with your neighbor and smile, and give him a hand, and we can save our land.
We got a great big world. We should all be proud.
Be proud.
We can be happy, folks.
Walk with your neighbor and talk with your neighbor and smile, and lend him an ear, and we can start right here.
Always remember and live by the golden rule.
That's right, man.
You gotta do unto your neighbor friend like you'd have.
Neighbor and talk with the neighbor and smile, and lend him a hand, and we can save our land.
Tell them that every chance you get.
Bring each newborn day. You have been a helping hand.
Well, I guess things happen that way.
Talk with the neighbor and smile, and lend him a hand, and we can save our land. Talk with the neighbor and smile, and lend him a hand, and we can save our land, and we can save. Thank you very much. And a big thank you to all of our friends who came to be with us tonight. And try to join us next week when our guests are Pat Boone, Tom T. Hall, Soupy Sales, and Miss Diana Trask. Until then, I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. Keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds, because you're mine. I walk the line. Hey, good night, everybody.